Microsoft is in the best position they've ever been in when it comes to Xbox, and I'll tell you why. Alright everyone, so today's an important topic because it's been 7 years since the original Xbox One was announced, and Microsoft has came a long way, but going into a new generation this year, Microsoft has truly learned a lot. And I want to go over everything today because, again, Microsoft has learned a lot. They've proven that. And it's an exciting time ahead for Microsoft. And the thing about Xbox is, it's just going to keep getting better. And I'm going to go over everything in detail today. Let's go. Xbox Game Studios. Microsoft has made a huge investment the past few years when it comes to their game lineup and their studios, because a few years ago, Microsoft didn't have many studios making games, but now they have a lot. And a lot making different games in different genres, and this spells out variety. And variety is what people have been asking for. They got Compulsion Games, The Initiative, In Exile, Ninja Theory, Obsidian Entertainment, Playground Games, Undead Labs, and Double Fine. Now those are their past recent acquisitions, and they will invest into more. Phil Spencer and Aaron Greenberg have said that they are going to invest into more studios, and they should, and they probably will. Maybe things like Azobo, who's currently working on Flight Simulator 2020, would be a good pickup, but Microsoft is leaning into games hard next generation. And that's what people want. People wanted Microsoft to buy more studios to make games. Games do take time. People know that, unless they don't have a brain. But people know that Microsoft need to come out with more games, and they're going to do that. A heavy investment into these games as well. Reportedly, that Microsoft's Obsidian is working on a huge AAA RPG, and it's the reason why they bought them in the first place. Another thing is, In Exile is reportedly making a huge AAA RPG using Unreal Engine 5. And that's the thing. Microsoft seems to be leaning into RPGs. That's the one thing I wanted from them this generation, and it looks like next generation we're going to see a lot from them. You don't invest that much money into that many RPG studios unless you want to see something big come out of it. And then you also have Playground Games reportedly working on Fable, which we may see this year. But either way, Microsoft is clearly investing into games this year and every year going forward, and it's an exciting time ahead for Xbox Game Studios. Microsoft has prided themselves on backwards compatibility this generation, and the backwards compatibility team over at Xbox has done an amazing job over the years. No one expected in 2015 we would actually get backwards compatibility. The even bigger thing is that a few years later, when the Xbox One X launched, we got enhanced Xbox 360 games followed by enhanced original Xbox games. Some of these older 360 games in 4K look better than some current gen games. On screen right now we have a Splinter Cell Blacklist. This game is 7 years old this year, and it looks so good in 4K, and the BC team have done so much of a good job. And next generation, we don't even know the whole story yet. We do know that all backwards compatible games, original Xbox 360 and Xbox One games, will get HDR. Now that's awesome, and the BC news should continue to get better. Crystal clear messaging. Microsoft's coming out the gate and telling us how it works next generation in regards to optimized games for Xbox Series X and smart delivery. Because let's face it, nobody wants to buy the same game more than once. And well, Microsoft came out the gate and told us that we don't have to and we shouldn't, pushing other publishers to make the right decision, and we will know which ones are making the wrong decisions. But when it comes to smart delivery and optimized games, we know straight away how it's going to work. And already we have some developers that are going to support this. We have developers that are going to support ray tracing on Xbox Series X, higher frame rates such as 120 frames in things like Dirt 5, and ray tracing and Bright Memory Infinite and Chorus. We know a lot about what's happening with Xbox Series X, and it's not even June. Like, really think about it. And this is the thing, ever since, let's say, December 2019, Microsoft has been extremely transparent about how things are going to work next generation. And this is the Microsoft we've wanted, this is the Microsoft we need, and transparency is all we need when it comes to gaming news and information and details. And this is what we should see going forward. Hardware. Now, the Xbox Series X was announced in December and surprised everyone because it was an unusual way to announce a console, but it surprised people, and it was a good way to surprise people. And the thing is, unlike the beginning of this generation, the launch and pre-launch seems to be going well. And one of the things that didn't go well last generation, or to say this current generation, was not a lot of developers were making games for Xbox One from the start. But next generation, it's a different story. You see, with Xbox Series X next generation, developers from all over the world, big and small, east to west, games from all over the world have been in development for the Xbox Series X for a little while now, and it's going to continue to grow. And that's the best part about all this. Microsoft is launching with impressive hardware that's easy to deliver and develop for. And the thing is, this is literally the best piece of news, because we've heard stories this generation about how hard the Xbox One was to develop for. Microsoft learned. They learned that with the Xbox One X. People love that console. It's an excellent 4K console. But this Xbox Series X is capable of ray tracing, real-time ray tracing, 120 frames per second. Like, truly amazing stuff when it comes to gaming tech in the hardware space when it comes to consoles. And all this in combination with each other. The game studios, the services, the many games in development, all with the hardware and the teams, the software teams, the BC, everything. It's a fantastic product, and it's a great time to be an Xbox gamer and a great time to be developing for Xbox, because next generation from the start is going to be a good time for everyone. And for all platforms really, but for Xbox, like, this is going to be their best launch, because they've never launched a powerful console like this with so many studios in development making games. Like, it's truly unprecedented times, and that's why it's the best time for Microsoft and why Xbox is in the best position they've ever been in. Something you couldn't say last generation, something you couldn't say this generation, or ever. Everything in culmination, it's just the best time for them. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please hit like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, share it on Twitter and social media and wherever you may go. It really helps the channel out. And yeah, really appreciate the support lately. And again, when the PC situation gets sorted, more content on a regular basis, a few videos per week. Anyway, hope everyone has a good day. I'm out. Peace.